some wine sauce chicken with pasta and broccoli. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start. And if you haven't already, please remember to subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, because subscribing, what it does is it helps my channel grow. It helps distribute me to more people, and it helps get me monetized. If you really, really enjoy this episode, please feel free to support me. In the links of the description, I have my PayPal, my Cashapp, and my Patreon, as well as an Amazon wish list, which includes a laptop to help me make better, hey, how are you? Better videos. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start my water for the pasta. I'm using just basic rotini today. And now that I got that on, I'm going to add some garlic salt to the mix. Oops, not that kind. Okay. Just a wee bit of garlic salt. Put that away because the mess will drive me nuts. And next, I'm going to actually move this out of my cast iron. And I'm going to turn this on low. I'm actually going to put it on a 3, and I'm going to butter it. What that does with the cast iron is it kind of like seals the cracks. Anyway, you don't want to use your cast iron without doing this first. So I'm just going to use my spatula and put that in. That should be good. And you can also oil it, but I like the butter because it has kind of like a thicker flavor. Let that melt down. And while I have that melting down, I'm going to move my chicken yet again. And I'm actually going to put the oven on 350. That should be good. And then I'm going to oil up my cutting board. Now what oiling up does, I thought I saw a pan in the way. Oh, it's my spatula. What oiling the pan does, or not the pan, the cutting board, is it's supposed to seal it. I don't know if it works or not because my board looks like it has been through a war. So I'm just using regular vegetable oil. And I'm going to rub that in real good. Next, I have a piece of garlic. I like to use, throw it across the kitchen. I like to use elephant ear garlic. The reason I like the elephant ear garlic is it's nice and big and easy to slice. Usually you can smash it, but where I just tossed it in like a super ball, it's easily peeled off. So now I have the paper off, and I'm just going to use a little paring knife. Let me put the case away real quick. Okay. I cut the tip off. I don't like the tip. Let me move you so you can see what I am doing. Hold up. There we go. And I'm just going to slice this as thin as I possibly can. Make nice little slices, and then I can dice it in a minute. And with garlic, the thinner the better. And the reason I'm using the cast iron skillet today is I'm actually going to both fry and bake my chicken. Anyway, you'll see. It's going to be awesome. And I'm just turning the garlic kind of like any which way as I slice it. Just whatever is easier. I actually thought about a way to cut garlic, and I'm going to try it later this week. That might actually be a little less time consuming and probably a little safer. And I know sometimes I say, wow, that's a lot of garlic, and you guys are like, there's no such thing. So that's a little thicker than I want, but that's okay. Then I'm just using my knife and just chop, chop, chop. Make it a little more diced. Because I don't really want the big globs of garlic, but is what it is. Then I'm just turning it and doing it again. And some of the pieces are going to be big, but perfect. Okay. Hold on, let me, I think I found a little hack. Oh, maybe it doesn't work, but I thought it did. Oh well. So now that I've chopped, I'm going to spread this butter around. And like I said, you want to make sure you cover the entire bottom of your skillet. I'm also going to get the sides. Not the whole sides, just about what I think I'm going to use. Put that butter back in the middle. And then I'm going to put the garlic on with the butter. Okay. Let that cook. And while I cook that, I'm going to go ahead and do what you guys absolutely love what I do to the chicken. I'm going to beat my meats. I'm going to do that while well, it's fine. No such thing as too much garlic. You should put that on the hoodie or t-shirt. I should. But I'm actually working on designing the hoodies right now. I have 10,000 things going on at the same time. Story of my life. So I have been working on the hoodies. I decided, oh, I can't do that. I decided on black hoodies, of course. So now what I got to do, I'm actually going to put my logo on them. And I don't want to have any real advertisements. I just want it to be a cool logo hoodie. And that's what somebody was saying, like, don't make the hoodies white. So I'm like, no. Who wears a white hoodie? Seriously, I mean, that would be like the dirtiest piece of clothing in the world. Because that cotton will absorb everything. So let me give this a stir real quick. Make sure that garlic is buttered up so it does not dry out. I'm actually going to move it up to 5 from 3. Whatever, high, low, medium, I don't know. Don't make me do math. Go back to beating my meats. And this tenderizes it, brings more of the flavor into it, makes it better. So while I do that, or now that I've done that, I am going to take, and last time I did this, it came out purple, and I really, really liked it. Did not have the money to spend on wine for cooking, so I am using cookie wine, which is Marsala. So remember when cooking with wine, guys, if it's alcoholic, you need to boil it for 30 seconds to burn off the alcohol. You never want to serve alcohol to people who shouldn't have alcohol. You just want the taste. That's the important thing. So I'm using the cookie and sherry. I'm just going to fill up the bottom of the pan with it. It's nice and full. I used, what's this here sauce? I just put the wine in. And this is, like I said, cooking wine, non-alcoholic. You can get it with food stamps. It should be perfect. And now that I'm looking at this, I want the chicken one. I'm actually going to put just a little bit of broth in, which I wasn't planning on doing, but I'm going to put that broth in because I want I want more sauce. So I use base. What I'm doing is like a little diluted. I'm just putting I think it's a half a teaspoon. But this is a tablespoon. You can really smell that wine. Okay, put that in, mix it with the garlic. I'm trying to, hold on, really get it off the spoon. And that's boiling nicely. Got it hot. I'm just going to take a cup of water here. Throw in some of that water. Not too much, but like I said, I do want liquid with this. Get off my spoon. Sometimes you just gotta use your hands. Okay, throw that in before it boils down. Next, I'm going to add my chicken. I'm not really going to season the chicken because I want the sauce to do that, and so far it's not turning purple like it did when I used the red wine, but it's okay. It's still going to be good. I'm more worried about the taste than the color. And I am submerging my chicken, not completely because that would be, whoops, again with throwing liquid in my oven. So I'm submerging the chicken in here. And I'm actually going to turn this on high for a wee bit. Just got a chunk of chicken there. And I'm going to throw on top some sesame seeds to add just a little more. Oh, I got to open the sesame seeds to add a little more flavor. Scissors. Okay, I'm going to let that boil for a little bit, and then I'm going to flip it after I add the sesame seeds, of course. I didn't forget that part, which I'm still working on this fresh seal. That is a seal. Okay, so I got my sesame seeds. I'm just going to toss them as soon as I figure out how this opens. Hello. On the chicken. It's nice and boiled right now. Boiling. I'm going to go ahead and flip this chicken. It's already turning nice and white. I just want to sear it in the pan. And like I said, I have my oven on 350. The sesames are making a really good smell. So I'm really excited about this. Okay. Let that go for a little bit. And then while I have that going, oh hey, another chunk of chicken. Let me clean up just a smidge. I got that boiling really, really good now. I'm going to go ahead and take this and I'm going to add butter to that pan. Just a little bit, not too much. And, oh, I have butter here, which I can go ahead and use. I did this perfectly. Why is this on here? Okay. That chicken's starting to get a little angry. You can see it going. So I'm going to put this real quick on 3. Let that melt down a little bit. This is still cool. Always check. The cast iron can sometimes be a little wonky. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw this in the oven that I have sitting at 350. Carefully put that in there because there is a lot of liquid in it. Turn that burner off, which I can actually turn that back on and move my water over here. Turn this one off. This one's on. So while I have that cooking in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and grab some broccoli. Now I had not opened this yet. So I was gonna make broccoli last night and I thought I had steamer bags. So I had everything cooked. And then I opened the freezer and this was the only broccoli I had. I was like, oh man. I never saw kids complain so much about carrots. Woo! All right. So I got a little bit of butter down there. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to fill this up about 3/4 of the way with broccoli. And this is frozen broccoli. Fresh is always best, but sometimes you just, whatever. Okay. So I got the butter at the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to top it with more butter. That way it gets really, really buttery. Let me put my broccoli away real quick. And I'm going to move this over to 4. Put some more butter in here. It would probably be easier to use a knife, but I am that freaking lazy today. So put some butter on top. And to really season this broccoli, I'm going to add some more What's This Here sauce. This is actually something I do a lot with my mushrooms, and it turns out really good. So I'm doing it with my broccoli today, and I'm going to spice it up just a tad. So some What's This Here sauce. I got some minced onion that I'm going to throw in. And what's going to happen is the minced onion is going to get sticky and it's going to liquidate, making it perfect. I love that minced onion texture when it receives enough moisture. Now I'm going to add garlic pepper. Really? Okay. Next, I'm going to go ahead and cover my broccoli as soon as I find the lid. I should have prepared a tad better, and I do apologize for that. Move this to 5. My water is boiling, so I'm going to go ahead and throw in the rotini. When doing pasta, always follow the instructions on the box. I know some people like to just watch it and guess it, but I like to follow the directions. So I'm going to go ahead and set my kitchen timer for 9 minutes because it said 9 to 11 minutes. And while I have that going, I'm not really going to clean up because I don't know how my sauce is going to turn out. So I'm going to clean up somewhat. So what do I have out? I have my oil. I don't need my oil. I'm going to keep this out in case I need it again, which I will on my broccoli. I'm really excited about this. I think this is going to be absolutely delicious. Let me get a drink. Which my favorite hot weather drink is always going to be chocolate milk. It's perfect. All right. Give my noodles a stir here. Okay, let me get a plate real quick for everything. Don't really want to messy the counter, which I'm already doing, but it is what it is. Noodles are boiling awesomely. I hate milk for whatever reason. I always have. I like chocolate milk. Something about the taste of plain milk is just bleh. Well, that's going to boil over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump a little bit out. There we go. Just want to make sure the noodles are covered. Okay. Next, I'm actually, since I'm over here, and before I forget, I'm gonna grab my coriander, and what I like is I like the ones with the hooks on it. That way you can hang it in your sink, and you don't have everything. You don't have the food that you're putting in it hanging on everything. So I know it's off camera, but I have it in my sink. Give my broccoli a stir. Get that butter melted and distributed over my broccoli. There we go. Give my milk a stir. And I'm actually going to turn this so the handles don't touch that and get too hot. That way I can easily grab it later. So we have 5 minutes. Is there anything anybody wants to talk about? I'm actually going to bump my oven up to 400 and see how that works. No takers? So I'm trying to think of anything that's happened crazy this week, and nothing has other than the usual. We have 7 minutes. 7 minutes in heaven with me. So, oh, salted butter. No, I use regular butter. You would wear a white hoodie. You've worn a white hoodie tuxedo. Yeah, chocolate milk is perfect. Oh, the incel story. Yes, I can talk about the incel story. So, when you were on sites, you meet people, obviously. I actually had to pull this phone out of airplane mode. So, I was on, I think I'm on like 2 or 3 dating sites right now. And this guy, we're going to call him Jordan. I don't even know if I matched him or not. He just showed up on my Instagram. All the social media and everything I have, and he uses Instagram. Probably like, I don't know. Anyway, it's my least favorite messenger. The only reason I use Instagram really is because one of my friends, actually my best friend, got flagged on Facebook for using an alias, and he refused to give Facebook any personal information, so he never had a Facebook after that. So we lived on Instagram, which is sad because he had more of a Facebook presence after he died from everybody sharing him around than he did during his life. I still have like ghost links and stuff like that from where he used to be. So I make it a habit to always, what is the word? I can't think of the word. For the love of me, I cannot think of the word I want to use. I make it a habit to benefit from every interaction I have, even the negative ones.
I'm a potato.
And that's not something that I do out of rudeness or anything like that. It's just something that I think everybody should do. You know, you need to upgrade yourself. You need to upgrade the people around you and just spread positive vibes. Something that we don't do often. This is old. This was actually September 3rd, which is hilarious because it was my daughter's birthday. And this guy well, I can't even call him a guy. This technically is a bitch. He just blew up my phone. I mean, he got triggered and he was insta snowflake. And it goes to show how propaganda and how easy it is to manipulate people. And it's like Hitler said, tell a lie, tell a big lie, and keep pushing it until people believe it, which is actually something that I've seen for a year, how gullible people are. Actually, I've known that for like ever, but it's just, it is mind-blowing the crap you can get people to believe. So, I got the chat up. Let me go ahead and start with that. I got milk on my face. Before I start, I gotta check my food real quick. Now remember, I receive hundreds of messages a day. So if it takes me a while to get to somebody or I'm short with somebody, there's a reason. And I've had to really shut down who I talk to. So like I said, even if I'm always looking for a benefit to any interaction, even if you're negative, I'm going to benefit from you. I will make sure of that. And to be honest, I hope you do the same. I hope that your interaction with me brightens your day somehow. Even if I totally hate your guts, I hope I inspire you. So hello, I'm from Facebook Dating. I found your Insta from your YouTube page. How are you? I said, good. He goes, good morning. I said, hey, and we're going to put a pin in this. So, my noodles should be done. Which the incel story was about 3 hours in the making. So, trust me, there'll be more. And I make sure to keep him current so I don't lose the chat. Because I know it's a story that a lot of you wanted to hear. Woo! Hey, that's one way I check the noodle done. Yep, that noodle is hot and done. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm draining the noodles. And those of you who don't know what an incel is, it's I forget the word, but it's you purposely are celibate. And what they believe is that they are celibate because they choose to, and the reality is nobody wants them because of how they act. So, sorry guys! And set off the fire alarm. Let me go ahead and turn this down. So while I have that going, thank you! Let me check my chicken. So basically, what this fool did was, obviously you saw that he connected with me, matched, and he reached out. All right, my chicken is not purple, but it is white. Woo! The dress is on the oven. Okay. So now I have the chicken here. It's still boiling. Actually, I need to move this before I kill myself. I'm gonna put this over here. Maybe. All right. Please be done. I don't feel like doing that again. Steak knife. I cut into this chicken. And it's a little pink, not pink. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flip it. Make sure the other side is, well, it's not purple, it's brown. But it's going to have a fantastic flavor sitting in that wine. So that looks good. I'm actually going to take a clean plate and I'm going to microwave my chicken for 2 minutes. I've had this all fit on this size plate before. I could do it again. Now I don't, with raw food, I do tend to use the microwave. It's not very, it's kind of frowned upon. But the thing about a microwave is it cooks from the inside out. So that is usually my go-to to make sure that everything is cooked. Let me turn off that phone. Like I said, the incel story, 3 hours long. You got time. So, oops. I'm just going to nuke that for 2 minutes, make sure it's all used up. While I have that done, I'm just going to put a little bit of flour in my sauce. Not too much, just a wee bit. And I have a terrible habit of doing too much. So just like that, just coat the top lightly. Hopefully I don't flour my kitchen again. Okay. Actually, oh, that's chicken. Nothing, honey. We're good. Okay, let me actually get the whisk. This is, ow, harder than I thought. It splashed my hand. That hurts quite a bit. So this is a nice, thicker than I wanted. Well, actually, this is where I wanted it. I didn't want it too thick. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my noodles that I have drained and finish my chocolate milk. Okay, I'm going to actually put my noodles back in the pot. Okay. Just checking to make sure it's not totally hot. The noodles are sticky a little bit. So I got that done. Next, I'm going to take the sauce that I have here, turn off my oven, and I'm going to move this into the noodles. I cannot believe my own personal strength at this minute. This is heavy. Whew. Hold up. I had to give my wrist a break. Okay, I'm going to actually put this back in the oven, not for any reason other than to get it out of the way. Okay. And I'm going to take my wine sauce and I'm going to mix it in with my noodles. And my chicken has beeped. So to add a little bit of flavor to this, and this just crossed my mind, otherwise I would have had it out and prepared. I think I need a bigger spice cabinet. I'm going to actually add some oregano to my pasta. Okay. While I'm in here, let me grab something else. Not that. Oh, please don't be in the back. It's in the back. Of course, Murphy's Law. All right. Basil. Yes, yes, I know you're ready. I will get to you in a minute. Okay. So I got my oregano in here just a little bit, not too much. Huh. Okay. I got my broccoli, which I'm going to look over one more time. It's good. Next, I'm going to grab that chicken that I nuked just to be safe. Let me grab my dinner plates. And unfortunately, the kids went out last night, so the dishes didn't totally get done, so I don't have a matching set of dinner plates. That irks me. So, I'm going to pull out my chicken. And here is my beautiful chicken, which I got some more chicken juice that I'm just going to pour on those noodles. Okay, set this over here where the burner was hot. Stir in that juice real quick. Okay, so we can have a nice serving of the pasta that I made. And there's some chicken chunks in the pasta. Have a nice piece of chicken. And I'm going to add some broccoli. Let me get a spoon for the broccoli. I just lost my train of thought. I don't know why. Okay. And I just want to make sure that I have enough for everybody in the house. And then I'm going to take the basil that I pulled out and I'm going to sprinkle the basil over the chicken that I cooked. Because this meal is very bland. It doesn't have a lot of color to it, which was something I was really looking forward to. I'm a little disappointed. So just some basil over the chicken, add some color. Next, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try everything. That helps, right? So, let's see. I'm going to start with a piece of broccoli. Hot. It's delicious. Next, the noodle. Oh, that's good. It tastes like a penny vodka, but it's not vodka, it's wine, if that makes any sense. Definitely tasting the wine. It actually tastes a little like masala. Next, piece of chicken. It's a little bland. So I'm going to do with a bland chicken is, hold on. I actually found, this was found for me, some black and tan. And it's just basically it is a blend. It's black salt steak. Let me see this real quick. Okay, good. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of this over the chicken. Because like I said, it is bland. So I have it right here. I'm just going to pepper it up some. Not too much. There we go, like that. And of course you can always throw another type of sauce over everything. But hey, this is how I liked it. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe. I YouTube on Wednesdays and Fridays. I have a poll on Mondays to decide what I make on Wednesday for my live kitchen. I also have shorts coming out a lot. I actually have a poll right now of what kind of merchandise. So far, you guys like hoodies. I am working on designing the hoodies. And if you really, really like what I do, please support me. I have my PayPal, Cash App, and Patreon in the description, as well as an Amazon wish list. Love you guys. Stay gorgeous. I'll see you next week. No, that's not what I wanted to do. No. I want to end the video, not deal with all these stupid bubbles. I can't end the video. Let me try again. Let me try with this hand. Did it work? Did I end the video? Oh, this is ridiculous. Come on, end. You can do it. Nope. Pop that crap back up. I don't want that crap. Okay, so to all of you guys who think it is funny to Facebook message me while I'm live streaming, which you're supposed to be subscribed so you know when I'm live streaming, I can't shut my video off because the stupid bubbles are in the way. You can set the notifications to tell you when I go live so this doesn't happen. Oh my God. There we go. Oh my God. There we go.